seconds left.
The fans know it's done.
Over.
The fans know it's done.
It's over. Chicago, they know it's done. Varsity showing some extra love to Krim. Krim 14 and 30, Matt 3. Not a great performance for him.
I think we first pointed out he was like 2 and 10. He started. Alec, Varsity still torching bodies as the final seconds tick away.
Welcome everybody to the Huntsmen pre-show. Today we are going to start a new tradition, hopefully. Depends on how many times you guys like this video. Depends on how many interactions we get on this video and whether or not we're going to be continuing this series. But we figured, since we don't have a homestand event, since we don't have the ability to really bring and shut down the house, we sold out. We sold out with over 7,000 people that were going to be showing up.
We saw about 3,000 of them in person.
We saw about 3,000 of them in person when we did the fan meetup. It's 0-degree weather. They were out there just chilling. Anyway, welcome to the Huntsman pre-show. Your hosts and co-hosts. We have Alan, who has been with us for a very long time. Will, how long has?
It's been at least
6 years?
2015?
2015. So 4 years.
Yeah, no, 5.
5.
We're both
you know, for a guy that trades stock and makes a lot of money doing that, you
got a lot of numbers going on.
Yeah,
here, bro.
but man, that's simple math.
Just get confused sometimes.
General, legendary E6 General. Now Huntsman General, the most skilled and best 6 man in the league, and he'll prove it at one point or another. We gotta make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to turn somebody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Get you in there to prove my point, to make sure that I'm right. I gotta be right. And of course, the GOAT of all time, Mr. Big Willie Johnson.
What's going on, everybody?
So we decided to do an extra piece of content due to the fact that we're not going to have, obviously, the homestand. The stuff that we have prepared for it, though, the stuff that we were going to be experiencing as a team, we were going to fly every single person from the Energy fam that was able to go to the homestand event, right? This is on top of all the ticket sales that we did. And then we were going to host a party. Okay, a rooftop party. You're from downtown Chicago. You know what the Riverwalk looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Rooftop Riverwalk party. We're gonna invite a couple of fans, a couple of super diehard fans for that party, and it's just gonna be industry. Right?
Is it still possible at some point this year that they let live events happen?
No.
Or
No.
I don't think so.
For sure.
Even if they do, Big T, and I'm not gonna get into politics. Even if they do, I'm not going.
Same.
I'm not going. You say same, but you went on a cruise in the middle of all of it.
It was not. It was like before. Literally on the cruise, the stock market crashed, and everybody got sick. So there was nothing I could.
Were you
nothing
sick?
I could do. I was sick. I did catch it. Oh, I looked at the.
Wait, you had the Roni?
Yeah, I think I did. It starts with razor blades in your. It starts with razor blades in your throat, and that's what I had. I had the sore throat. I had the cough. I had all that, but I'm a survivor.
Yeah,
I'm still here.
Look, if that little golf ball on your arm didn't get you, no invisible thing is gonna
They
get
keep trying, bro.
Yeah, but it ain't going.
Neck, shoulder, arm,
I
thrown
mean,
up. Like,
you had something in the head too, right?
Probably. I don't even remember
or something. Did you have some cancer?
Yeah,
skin
they're
cancer
just cutting
thing?
shit out every day at this point.
I think you got skin cancer at Austin at
100% I was. It was the worst sunburn of my life.
Yeah, it's red. He says he's never going to Austin, and then here we are, a year, 4 years later, moving to Dallas, a little bit north of Austin. What about you? Did you get the Roni?
Oh, that's why I was like, get me out of here. I'm kidding though. No, I didn't have the Roni.
No, but
I'm quarantined though. I don't do anything.
He was super prepared.
I was.
He was the only one out of all of us, and we're talking about close to 7 to 8 people that are traveling, including Josefo and Maddie, who are behind the camera, that were going to Minnesota, and he was the only one that came in with a mask and his gloves.
Smart man.
Yep.
Right? And everybody's like, ah, ha, ha. I was like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
we did the podcast too, and I said it as well.
You did. A lot of the things that you predicted, a lot of things that I predicted were a little bit too much to go through. And for me, it was just one of those things where I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. And sure enough, the second that we land, day, was it like a Tuesday or Thursday? Because we were there for a week, right?
Yeah.
On Wednesday, I go down completely. I was just shut out. I remember texting Matt and saying, Matt, I need water, I need NyQuil, I need this and the other.
Wait,
and
you were sick that day?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you got sick.
Oh yeah, very sick. In fact, I stayed in for 3 days in my room. Didn't go to the event. Didn't go to the venue. Didn't do anything. And until I felt good, I didn't want to go out there and sort of get anybody sick about it.
Well, that was very responsible of you.
Yeah, I should have. I didn't know I had it. Obviously, I would have came straight home from Vegas.
Yeah.
But everybody got sick, and it was the sickest I've ever been. Matt would drop off food. You ever seen The Count of Monte Cristo?
Nope.
The movie where they go into this into the gulag, and then there's like
gulag.
cells everywhere, and then they open up a little door, and then you slide in the food.
That was you just waiting
That was
on
me.
the
I'm
food?
just waiting like in the floor, and I was like, like in the movie Signs when Mel Gibson walks into the kitchen and the we're getting off topic
Oh,
here.
yeah,
Let's get back to it.
It's all good.
At the end of this live program, you guys are going to be live-ish program. You guys are going to be directed to the Call of Duty League that starts shortly after this is done. We're going to see the Ravens versus FaZe. After that, Seattle versus Gorilla, Dallas versus OGLA, and last but not least, your home team, your favorite team, your Chicago Huntsmen.
The Hunters.
The Hunters?
The Hunters.
We Hunters. We are the
Hunters.
Hunters, not the Hunted. Now,
Who are we going up against?
we're going up against the Subliners, the New York Subliners. Is Sensor playing?
No.
What is it about that, right? Like, I see that nonstop in every single video. Once a week,
Yeah.
he's playing. Once a week, he might be playing. What's up with that?
I think like the vibes and the overall like I don't know, like the best way to describe New York right now is I don't know if they're the best word to describe for them is like I don't think they're defeated or they're the best way to describe them is they're kind of in a slump right now, right?
Okay.
And for them, like I saw Doug. There was a YouTube video he posted about him playing, right? And he's got like 3 scrim sessions, and I think so for New York right now. It all depends on like what their team vibe is because they just brought in Mac Meltz, their new player, and he was originally playing in the open bracket.
And he replaced who?
He replaced Zero.
Okay.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zero's on the bench now, or is he
Zero's-
gone?
Yeah, he's on the bench.
Okay.
You know what's crazy about this? Like, Zero, he's nasty, right? Obviously, like he was called the best player in what game was it? Advanced Warfare?
Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
He got
He was-
MVP in
he got
playoffs.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of it, right? Like he did, and he was nasty. I never understand when people. Well, I do understand it. I do understand when people get replaced by, not so, doesn't matter.
Right.
How do you think that's going to do? Is this new player going to be what they need in order to get to where they need to get to?
Yeah. Like I was saying though, with like their slump, it was more like their pacing issue. Zero and Accuracy were like kind of similar in their pacings because they were both like originally main ARs in previous titles. So with Mac, they needed an aggressive, faster player that's always on the front lines making plays.
Yep.
I haven't seen too much of them because they don't stream their scrims, but whenever we played against them, he was like, he was doing his thing and like making sure he was applying pressure. So I'm very interested to see how New York plays. But no, with Doug, I've seen him play. I've played tens with him a lot as well. So when it comes down to him playing, we just don't know because I mean we don't know the situation with New York.
Yeah.
He can play though, right? He can play. I did a podcast with him and Puckett, and it's just something about that dude's mindset.
He has a very good work ethic.
Right. I mean,
So-
regardless of what he's doing, whether it's COD or obviously the weightlifting, bodybuilding, anything he does, he's just 100%.
He just picked up TikToking.
TikToking? How many? Was he got like 5 million followers? Bro?
I don't know. He did it with his girl, and I could tell that he doesn't know how to dance because on the last move he left his head like this because he knew that he had to go left, so he let his head lean into it.
Oh, you can't do that.
To do that, so you guys could probably see on the screen. But yeah, he didn't come back up. I'm not saying that I'm the best dancer. In fact, I can move, but
You got some moves?
I got 2 left feet plus motion sickness.
Okay.
Therefore, it's just dancing for me is never going to be the thing. I can move, I can bounce with you.
But you don't do the head tilt though.
I can't. No, I got rhythm. I just don't come to me if you're trying to see some Jabberwockies.
You can blend in like
Ooh.
on the floor. You're not gonna.
Well, it depends on the club.
Okay.
Okay. If it's a country club, no. Like a country music club, no, I can't blend in. You put a hip hop, then I might blend in.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I was saying, Sensor, he can play.
You think?
I think so.
You've seen
Just from the work ethic, yeah. I mean, he's national champion.
Yeah.
Back in the
But work ethic aside, it just doesn't happen that way. I couldn't.
It just-
Yeah,
sit
I mean, it only takes you so far for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sucks for him because he didn't play last year. So it just sucks that he has that negative connotation how he didn't play in the
Right.
Black Ops 4 season.
Yeah.
So that kind of hurt him coming in, and then I don't know, like it's kind of a like iffy, touchy situation when it comes down to him.
What do you think overall? Do you think that the subliners are going to be able to step up? Obviously, like they have the talent, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you say pacing is a deal. I don't know, right? I'm obviously not on the front lines and I don't play at that level, so I will never be able to tell that little 1% of detail that happens that you guys know that nobody else gets to know. So I don't know. So who do you have? We'll go into predictions later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for the time being, I just wanted to touch base on that. And it just any single time that I hear New York, I think of Doug. Right? Obviously, we came here, we did the podcast, and we were sort of going through all of the motions. And again, you're right? His work ethic is
I'm gonna do this, and nobody's gonna stop me.
I've seen him like play tens like to get picked like at least 4 to 5 series, and then he'll spectate if he didn't. And then there was a time where I picked him because he's like, okay, I've been watching all day, and he proved himself. We won the series. So shout out to you, Doug.
Yeah, shout out to Doug. This is the thing, though. When people were asking, right? When people were asking, it's like, why would they pick up? Are people picking up personalities over talent? Are people picking? Look at this, right? Look at what's happening in this very instant in a Huntsman show. We are talking about the New York subliners only because of Doug Sensor Martin. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, it's paying off, in my opinion, because I mean they don't play until later on today, and the only time that we would play about them is when we're discussing this. But right now, this whole sort of intro turned into what Doug Sensor Martin's going to be doing.
That's true, but do you think, not to sidetrack, but do you think that dynamic is changing a little bit? Because obviously, like when I played and we first started the Optic House, it was just about half and half. Like we had to be good at the game and we had to focus, but it was a lot of content. I almost feel now with the salaries where they are and how important winning is it almost like to that point where players are better off focusing on
one
the
or
game?
the other?
Yeah.
Which one would you
Or are
focus
we
on?
not there? I mean, at this point, I guess it would depend on what team I'm on.
Yeah,
but
it does. It depends on what team.
If you're on one of the
situation.
top tier teams, like,
I always go to this, okay? It will get there, but we're not there yet. Everybody needs to be pulling their weight when it comes to creating content and sort of growing this thing. Like nobody asked us to do this thing. This is something that we just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, yo, we should do a pregame show.
Right.
And we were gonna do this. Originally, we were gonna have the players come in out of the thing. Matt was gonna hold a flashlight. Someone was gonna be holding strobe lights and making this noise. And I was gonna
episode 2, that'll be.
yeah, we're gonna follow them as they sat down into the chair, and then we're gonna go on with the show. But obviously because of the coronavirus, and that leads us to like a lot of different topics, right? Like, what have you been doing this whole time?
I basically do the same thing, just as I've always done. Just either playing the free-for-alls, watching the team, just going over stuff, playing tens. I haven't had that much of a different schedule because I don't go outside.
So just for you, nothing has changed.
Nothing really
for
has
you,
changed.
everything's the same.
Just doing what I've been doing. Listening to music stuff.
I'm the same way,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
literally.
You're not going to get a whole lot out of me.
Same.
That
We
kinda
need to
concerned
ask
me.
real people
Yeah.
with real
Yeah, it
jobs.
really concerned me because nothing really changed.
To me, it has been different. The amount of times that I don't go to restaurants, the amount of times that I don't get to go to bars. Like I said, the second that this thing lifts, I'm buying 2 tables at Concrete Cowboy. Castro's going to buy another 2, and then we're just going to invite everybody to come out. We're even going to fly Roger in from 100 Thieves to come and hang out.
He's had some good times.
Oh,
at the
yes, he
Concrete.
has. We're still talking about it. It's been a
Cowboys.
year later.
Yes.
But for now, we're going to go find out what everybody else on the Huntsmen, for the most of the Huntsmen, have been up to. We're going to start off with maybe Scumpy and then move on to the rest of the crew. But I'm gonna ruin it for you. It may not be what you expect them to be or what they've been doing, what you usually would expect somebody like that to be doing. So let's get to it.
Hell hasn't it? We can't leave the house. We can go on walks and stuff, but actually, now that I think about it, in terms of actually living day to day, it really hasn't changed too much for myself, more for my girlfriend, because she has she worked at a bar. She was going back to school, so like other things that she wanted to keep doing, she couldn't do. But for me, I kind of just stream all day and record all day, and I do the content stuff anyway. So it's like it hasn't really changed too much for me day to day, besides not being able to go to restaurants in various places.
So I guess coronavirus hasn't affected my daily life as much as others, because we're already playing video games just about every day, like 12 hours a day, so that's our life. But it is still kind of weird, it's like eerie when you go outside and people are wearing masks, and like not a lot of these places are open, and like you can't go to the mall, you can't go to restaurants and stuff. It's a weird feeling. We're in like a weird time in history. But yeah, it hasn't affected much of my daily life, but I'm definitely hoping it returns to normal soon.
I miss being able to go to my favorite restaurants, sample some of the cocktails, get some good food, just be able to go out and, enjoy a night, get some red wine, maybe some steak, have a nice dinner, just out. But other than that, I mean, there's a lot of things that I miss. I mean, we can't do anything, so. But I'd say going to restaurants and sampling stuff.
Well, what I miss most about regular life, this is gonna be probably odd, but going to a restaurant, like we have some like team lunches and stuff, like that's always a good time. And then, just going to like a lot of those high-end like nice restaurants, you can't order out, or if they order out, it's not gonna be as good. So definitely miss that, and having like team lunches, team dinners with the team.
Oh man, I miss going to events and seeing all the fans in my regular life. I really miss going to LAN. It's very different not being able to, but it's just something we have to deal with. So I do miss you guys. Just know that.
The hardest change to my routine would be going to the grocery store. We actually just went and picked up groceries today, and we ordered them online, had them pre-package everything, and then had someone come out. They had gloves and a mask on, and I just opened the trunk. They asked who the pickup was for, and they just literally put it in the trunk of the car, and we just drove off. So that probably going to the grocery store, because we do that like 2 or 3 times a week.
The hardest change for my daily routine is so I've been on the grind with the gym and stuff, and they closed out my gym, and I actually had to go buy a treadmill because I don't want to stop grinding. So I spent a couple dollars on a treadmill, and it's not the same as working out in a gym and just being in the environment. So it's kind of like I'm still trying to get used to it, and I think that's the hardest part for me right now, is I'm just trying to get better in a game and out of game.
The most different thing about our routine now is probably that we're not traveling or flying as much to these events, which is like makes me super bummed out, because I love the traveling aspect of these events and just like going to new places we've never been to, and then obviously competing on land. So super bummed out about that. The whole team is, and we just want to get that feeling to be on the stage. It's a completely different feeling than being here at our home, but we're still super grateful that we're able to play the CDL, unlike other sim sports. We still gather here at the Hex Quarters sometimes, and we'll order something out, but it's definitely not the same feeling, and I'm looking forward to eating at a nice steakhouse after all this.
We haven't tried anything new since Corona. I mean, unless you consider, finishing a TV show and jumping into the next one, something new. We haven't really done very much of new activities, because again, there's just what can you do?
During self-isolation and this quarantine, I guess I have been playing a bit more video games, or a lot of different ones, more than usual. I play mostly Call of Duty, obviously, but then I've also tried out other games like Valorant and stuff, which I usually wouldn't do. But now that we have lots of extra time and we're not doing as much and traveling as much, we can do that. Obviously, still practicing just like enough for the CDL, but you gotta have some decompression time and play some other games, in my opinion. So that's what I do in my free time during this quarantine.
No, I haven't been doing anything outside of practicing. I've just been playing literally Call of Duty 24/7, and streaming. That's really it. Like, there's just really nothing else you can kind of do, and kind of like my apartment. I mean, yeah, since like you can't really go outside and you have to practice social distancing, like, kind of just sit in my apartment by myself and kind of just constantly streaming and playing, because gonna be honest with you, that's kind of the only way I can kind of maintain my sanity.
Work-life balance, pretty good thus far. I can imagine for my girlfriend Isabel. I mean, she obviously is stuck in the house all day and can't do anything, so I'm sure she probably wants, me around a little bit more with how much I do stream and record and stuff. But it's been pretty good. I mean, I usually stream 5 to 6 hours a day, I'd say on average. And then days that I take off, I'll record YouTube videos for about 4 hours. And that's my day off. But like today, I streamed even on our team's day off. So I've been grinding and it's still been pretty easy. Can't complain. I mean, again, nothing's really changed. Practice regimen's the same. Practice times are pretty much the same. Now we might even take practice a little bit more seriously online because that's where we're actually competing. So we take those tournaments or practice a lot more seriously because, we're going to be playing with lag. We're going to be playing with ping issues and stuff. So we just have to get used to it and do the best that we can. I mean, it's difficult because, he's obviously on a worse connection. So, I feel for him. Obviously, he can't get out here. So, I don't know. It's like weird. We're all here. Next tournament, I'm not playing from the X bars. I'm playing from home because, it was too cold there. It wasn't my setup. I wasn't used to it. I kind of would just go there and, again, just play the matches every single day. And it was just a very different environment than what I'm used to at home. So I think I'm going to stay home next time for Chicago. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just he's at a little bit of a disadvantage. But, again, it's online, so it really doesn't matter where you play from.
Formal playing from Cali, it hasn't been too big of an issue. I think during scrims it's more of an issue than it is in matches because just a lot more BS will happen in scrims than like a match, and we're just more likely to complain when it's practice rather match time. So it hasn't been too bad. I think Matt being on a sub wasn't the best idea for the tournament, especially with the little amount of time we had to practice the switch. And since then, we've gone back to Matt running the AR, and I think that's going to make him a lot comfortable coming into the Chicago weekend. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how we do this weekend with these, reverted changes.
Matt being in California, it's definitely tough since, we're all in Dallas, we're not all in Dallas. We're all in Texas, and, Texas is kind of like the global head. We're connecting good or fairly good to all kind of like hosts and stuff like that. And Cali has always been kind of one of those places that doesn't connect really good to kind of anything other than Texas and kind of West Coast places. It's definitely probably pretty hard on him when we're playing East Coast teams and have to play on more East Coast favored Eddie, since he's all the way in Cali. It doesn't really connect that good, so he's definitely losing gunfights that he should be winning. But we're trying to push through it and kind of get the best result regards to that. So we're just trying to persevere, trying to weather the storm.
I don't think that affects anything because Matt's used to California. He's played there pretty much his whole career, I believe, and I think it's just those online kills that he would have got on land. Like I said earlier, we can't get away with those just bickering about online kills and land kills. I don't think Matt playing in California is that big of a difference. To be fair, I'd rather be home sitting in my nice comfy chair than switching my whole setup, moving to a different place and trying to play there while trying to live there sorta for the weekend. So you gotta give Matt props.
Obviously a lot of people are gonna say no to that. We've been so used to LAN tournaments at this point that it's kind of hard to put an online tournament at that same prestige. Just because, back in the day, we held online tournaments to a higher just echelon of, mattering because that's all that we competed in. We wouldn't even go to LAN. So, that, it was a little bit more legitimate and verified. But now it's we went from playing on LAN for technically four tournaments. If you count the Minnesota first matches, people have been to 4 different LANs. So now for the first one to be online, it's hard to really put too much weight on it because again, teams could have connection issues. Teams could not be able to hear each other as well. It's just a lot of things could go wrong whenever it's at the expense or at the hands of yourself to make everything work. It's like, you can't put too much weight on it. Simple as that.
So the online tournaments don't carry the same weight as the LAN tournaments, in my opinion. Looking back though, 2 or 3 years from now, this is all that we're gonna have. It's all the history that's gonna be for this year. So at some point in time, I think people they'll just get mixed in with the rest of like tournament wins. But for now, I don't think they are as significant as the tournaments on LAN. But nonetheless, I still want to win every one of them, and I'm a competitor at heart, so losing is not an option. And we're just, we're gonna make with what's due.
No, not at all. It's very hard for people to count this as an event win when you are sitting from home. Some people are sitting from home and just playing in the comfort of their own home. Most of these times, like the most comfortable people that just do things like at home, like when you're scrimming, like they'll never do it at an event because I will say this, playing from home and playing from an event in front of thousands of people, it's two different feelings. Playing from home, you feel comfortable, you're kind of in your element, everything's okay, the temperature is correct, you want to raise something, you can do anything you want, your feet are cold, or you can go put get moccasins or something like that. When you're at an event, you have a strict kind of agenda. You have to make sure that your apparel is all good. You have to, wake up on time, very early in the morning most of the time. And that element of being at an event is so much different than being at home because it's just you're out of your element and you have to adapt. It's constantly adapting to these new things.
No. It's definitely, the prize pool is still there. Every pro player just won't say it's the same feeling. Again, it's not the same environment. It's not the same. It's just something for people to watch and just entertain. But it's just not the same as LAN. And I don't any pro player will agree that it has a tournament feel, tournament win feel to it. So I have to say no.
Yeah, I was definitely looking forward to Chicago, and I think that a lot of people were as well. Even people that, aren't us, the Chicago Huntsmen, they've been I really wish that event went through. I wanted to play in front of that crowd. So the players are upset. Our team's obviously upset. Andy, Hector, everyone behind the scenes, they put so much time into making that event super special, and it was going to be a huge, huge thing for Call of Duty Esports. And for it to get canceled, again, it's just a really shitty situation that we're in. And we all wish that we could have went to that event because I know that it would have been COD history for sure. It would have been wild in there. But again, making the best out of what we got. I'm expecting us to go in there and hopefully bounce back. Again, it's I just hope that we can get fully focused for our next online match and just play to the level that I know we can play at. I feel the last 2 tournaments that we've lost in semifinals, both to Florida, obviously they played well, but we didn't really play that great. And pretty much anyone on the team will tell you we had bad series as a collective whole in those matches. So hopefully we can just stay consistent because we've always played well in pools and then we fell short in both those semifinals matches. So it's all about keeping it consistent, and I think that if we do that, we are one of the 2 teams that are really going to be hard to beat at these tournaments. So just got to stay consistent, play our game, and stay focused. That's really all there is to it.
So I have high expectations coming into the Chicago weekend because we did just switch back our roles, and I think we are a lot more comfortable with that. And since we've been back from the Dallas event, I guess we are still here, but we've definitely gone over a lot more than we have throughout the whole like prior part of the season. So I'm definitely happy that we took the time to go over stuff, and it's definitely going to pay off in my opinion. But it all comes down to that execution during match time, and I'm just hoping everyone can get in their own little zen or whatever, and get ready for game day like I'm going to try. Well, I guess this is no new normal in self-isolation, but I do like listening to music a lot. If you tune into my stream, like we love talking about music, and I love just listening to all the new music every week. So, I mean, during my free time, I'm just always just jamming out to music, whether that be in my living room, at my setup, like on stream, during scrims. I don't know, music just makes my world go round, I guess. I don't know, it's very calming, relaxing, and you can explore a lot of different genres and moods. So that's what I do in my free time usually, is just listen to music, find new music, and yeah. Our mindset going into these events is definitely a lot different than going into the LAN events. Personally, getting on that plane, going to an event, and having that first team dinner when you land. Like Minnesota, we landed on Wednesday. We got dinner Wednesday, Thursday, and then we started, or maybe it was Thursday, Friday, and then we started Saturday. I don't really remember. But that gets you in the mindset, like, okay, like here we go. Like this is a tournament weekend. We're competing on that stage, and you're getting that mindset. And playing from home, you don't have that same feeling. I live across the street from the Hex quarters, so I walk over here, and that's like my get in the zone for the weekend, and it's definitely not the same at all. Like I was saying beforehand, I love music, and just getting on that flight and going, like listening to all the my music, my game day playlists during the match weekend and stuff. It just gets you in the zone, and I'm just kind of in my own little bubble, in my own little world, and it's just not the same feeling here online or at the Hex quarters. So it's hard to replicate. It's very hard to replicate where when there's an event, when we're traveling to Minnesota, there's a buildup. You're 1 week away from going there, or 2 weeks away from going, and your mindset changes throughout that time. And here we're just kind of like, we're building up to almost nothing, I guess. We're building up to our normal life, and it's hard to get your mind in the right space to realize that something important is coming this weekend. When you're not making drastic changes to your lifestyle over those, the week and a half before a tournament. So that's just for me personally. But like I was saying, these tournaments still mean a lot to me, and I want to win every one of them. So I definitely try to get myself in that mindset as hard as I can, and I'm gonna improve on it the more we play these tournaments. Once this quarantine is over, I definitely need a vacation. I'm thinking like, I don't know, we went to Cali last year, like me and Alec, we had a little vacation after champs with a bunch of people. I got last place, he got first, so like, he got to celebrate. I mean, I wasn't really celebrating, but it was still a nice little decompression time. But I'm definitely gonna need to travel somewhere. Maybe, Hawaii sounds nice, I'll be honest. Like, I might have to go there, or out of the country, but I'm looking forward to a nice vacation, and just relaxing for like a week or so without like video games or anything in my life. I think that's something that everyone needs in this industry every once in a while, because we are just constantly playing like video games 24/7, and a lot of the times, most of the year, we don't take many breaks. So I'm definitely looking forward to like a vacation in the off season.
Yeah, so basically just streaming, grinding. That's been a big help in my entire life, even before all of this was happening. For me, is to just constantly keep playing the game over and over again. I think that's always been a big help of kind of like a lot of the problems that I've had in my life. Just keeping the normalcy. I've been doing a lot of the things that my yoga teacher taught me before like all of this kind of happened. I've been like meditating and kind of just going out on my balcony to just make sure I'm getting kind of like fresh air, and just taking a few deep breaths and just calming my mind, just to give my mind kind of like a reset, to make sure that I'm not kind of losing my shit, I guess you could say, because like right now I'm not you know, I'm not living with anybody, so it's kind of just like me and myself. So I'm kind of just walking around my apartment, not saying anything to anyone, having human contact with like anyone for the past like, you know, months, and that doesn't really kind of help with you. So, you know, streaming definitely does help with that as well, since I get to talk with like a lot of new people. But you know, there's only a certain amount that can actually help.
Team morale. You can tell everyone's just frustrated with just. I think it's just sitting inside, just knowing there's not much. Like you can't just go out. Usually, like go take a break, like go take a walk outside, or you can, but it's probably not better. But team morale it's been bumpy, but that's what teams go through. So I think Corona does have an effect on that right now. First thing I'm gonna do as soon as quarantine goes off is give Seth a big old hug.
So obviously you guys saw there. I was not surprised that nobody was doing anything. Like my life didn't change at all either. You know, like the only thing that changed for me was the fact that one, I don't get to go to restaurants anymore. I miss that. I don't get like I've never really liked basketball ever since I watch basketball every so often.
What do you mean you don't like basketball?
I love basketball. Obviously I'm an incredible player, even in this condition.
You are pretty good. I'm not even going to roast you about that.
So,
You're pretty good.
So the thing is this though, like never in the last, since Jordan retired, I haven't really, like I like going to games, but if I'm sitting courtside, or if I'm going with a bunch of friends and we're sitting, you know, in the suites and we're getting drunk and food's there, nachos, you know the deal, right? Your dad and I were planning to all go together to a suite, to get a suite and invite everybody. It was gonna be dope. Like these situations that have been happening to me have just like little by little start chipping away, and now it's starting to bother me. Now it's starting to bother me that I can't go to the Cowboy Club and get some Jerry's Pit Masters.
Some old fashioned.
Some old fashioned Pit Masters. Like incredible fun. Right? So obviously like somebody wants to go on vacation, Scump wants to go eat, and what is it? Alec wants to hug somebody, he wants to hug Seth. What are you missing? Like the most?
Honestly, probably if I am gonna go travel and go outside my house, it has to be like the festivals.
Like EDC and
yeah,
stuff?
EDC, Coachella, like all those like really big DJ festivals that you just can't go to. So
we asked them whether or not they picked up any new hobbies, and to my surprise, they said no. I say to my surprise, no, but
You're not really that surprised.
I'm not really that surprised, and I'm like, I even started picking up a new hobby. I started watching woodworkers on YouTube.
Woodworkers.
And farmers. Like people that farm plants and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a botanist is what I want to be.
Botanist, okay.
Botany. Anyway, do you have any hobbies outside of gaming? You don't like to
You know, yeah. I mean, many people follow me on Instagram stories or throughout the years, either on Twitter videos. I like making like electronic music or honestly anything. Like I'm very moody when it comes to that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, just
so that's why you're saying that you miss the EDC sort of festivals. I've never been. Have you ever been?
No. See, I don't like flashing light. The last time I was at a concert is Bruno Mars, and I thought I was gonna have I took my mom because she loves Bruno Mars.
Bro, if you have been to a Skrillex concert,
I would never take my mom to any concert. I would pay for her to go, but I would never take my mom.
I thought I was gonna have a seizure the whole time. I can't see if I'm watching movies, if I'm at a concert. I don't like flashing lights. That's why every time they ask me like, "Big T, you want to go to the club?" I don't want to go to the club because I'm gonna have a seizure in the club, dude. I don't like loud music. I want to be able to have a conversation.
Bro, you have to go to a Skrillex concert.
It sounds like everything I hate.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You gotta go to electronic DJ.
Explain why.
Is it loud music and flashing lights?
Yes. Have you ever heard Equinox?
No. What is that? Oh wait, the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the gym, the song.
My song, yeah, like by Skrillex.
No, I listen to rap.
I listen to everything too.
I don't listen to.
Anyway, so I've never been. I was gonna go this year because I told Diesel and Hutch, because I always make fun of them, right? Like they're in their 30s.
They go though, right?
Yeah, they go and they dress up. Diesel was wearing a Bumblebee outfit once.
More power to him.
No, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Jericho was wearing an anime schoolgirl like outfit with the skirt and shit, and then the height. Okay. I would have liked to take a picture with Jericho. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, right? I don't know, but like you can tell that people that go there, one, are fucking drugged out of their minds.
Oh yeah.
But two, this like the most happiest place ever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I would like to go there. I would like to get messed up. I mean, I don't know about the drugs and stuff, but maybe a little bit too much to drink.
A little cocktail or something.
Yeah, if it's in a legal state, maybe take a little. Puff, give.
That's what I miss the most. I'm more like, I want to sit out like on a restaurant patio with the sun setting. It's kind of quiet. I want to have a little cocktail or something.
Little joint?
I mean,
If the moon strikes and we're in the legal state that it does, then yeah.
we're in Colorado, maybe, but
No,
yeah,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's what?
Legal.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Weed.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was just kidding. It is 100% legal. Anyway,
Oh.
so you wouldn't go because of the flash? I would go, but you know, I'd feel self-conscious the whole time I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm 40 years old. I'm very attractive, so I'm gonna be getting hit on nonstop.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know how to fend them off anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna stay out of trouble. If I go, I'm gonna bring Jude, probably Henry.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Probably like Louie, one of the dogs, to come and check it out. And that's what it is. What are you most missing? Well, so for me, obviously, it's restaurants and being able to go out.
Mine's probably the same thing. Like I said, just being able to go out, get me a little cocktail on the patio, something nice, little quiet. Just see people. I don't even like being out that much. I like seeing other people be out. Like
Yeah.
I just want to look out and see. Even from my apartment, there's a park behind it, and I look out, and it's empty all the time. There's
You're a
nobody
people
out there.
watcher?
Yeah, I want to see people walking their dogs and just kind of look. And
My thing though, is that seeing the photographs, and I know some of them are doctored, but some of them are not.
Which
and
one?
you've seen like the pictures where they show LA skyline pre and post COVID.
right.
Right? Like if you look at the pollution from China, and again, I don't want to get into it, and I'm holding the pen like a politician or the Fox News guy. But if you look at like the amount of pollution that just went down,
yeah.
like it's a thing.
It's a
right?
thing, for
Like
sure.
maybe we should quarantine as humans. We should quarantine ourselves. Like
Well, that's
China,
what a lot of people say is we are the virus,
Yeah,
and the earth is just
We
Yeah.
are the pestilence.
cleansing.
we are, and they should. Okay, look, there's too many of us. I, for one, made the conscious choice of only having one kid. You know what I mean? For a reason.
That
I
was
gotta
for a
save
reason.
the planet. One.
Talking about
hec-
population control or something?
Yeah,
what
that's
the
what it
hell?
sounds
What's
like
going
we're
on?
leading into.
We're moving into it, and I don't mind. Anyway, so once you get down to the brass tacks, there is an effect that it happened because of this,
Right.
If we put into a theoretical sort of proposition, if you think of the Earth, and you see that the Earth is like, wow, my air's cleaner. What happened? What did I? Oh shit! It's because I sneezed and I threw that virus over there. You know, then I'm gonna do that again, and again and again and again. And guess what? Problem solved. The air's clean again.
What are we talking about?
Global
again?
warming, no more.
Bro, I'm in a swirly.
I understand what you're saying. Though.
Anyway,
I mean,
did
the
you
list-
pick up any hobbies while all this was going down?
No, I mean I'm a trader of equities. I trade stocks, and that's been
That's your hobby.
yeah, I'd say it's a hobby and job. It's something I really enjoy
Yeah.
doing. So it's kind of
Jobby.
it's a little bit of both. So that's mainly what I've been focused on. Been making a lot more YouTube videos.
GreenWallStreet.com?
GreenWallStreet.com is where we do the trading. But it's been just trying to keep my head down, focus, work hard, and I think we're lucky, and I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we are the ones right now with like job security.
Yeah.
And I feel extremely lucky. So while this is happening, I don't want to squander that opportunity. So I'm trying to.
Yep. Judith
work
and I
as
have
hard as
been
possible.
doing our fair share of over tipping the Door Dashers
Right.
and everybody else and supporting local restaurants.
Yep.
Just yesterday I ordered from Haywire.
Okay.
Got that meatloaf.
And
meatloaf.
what's
Mom, the meatloaf.
what's the
I tried
appetizer?
ordering
we
from there,
always
but
get?
there
The
wasn't any
appetizer?
chicken.
Ooh,
Something.
the crab
The crab dip with the
with the
bread
pita,
crostini
the pita
or what?
bread.
Yes, yes.
El Tacos.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. Everybody knows my hobbies because I vlog them nonstop, painting and fishing. So
Fishing man.
You're that guy.
yeah. Anyway, so what are you most looking forward to once we get back, and obviously you being able to go to restaurants? What is the one true thing that you want? Because I know that you and your girlfriend have gone glamping, not camping, but glamping.
That would be nice. I was talking to her the other day about that. Yeah, we could probably do that now. That's about being away from
People.
people.
State
mostly.
parks are closed.
I was there for like 3 days. All I
State
saw,
parks are closed. You can't go.
but maybe not in the future,
Yeah, well, when it opens.
which might be soon. You don't know. You don't know. It might be soon.
That is the case. All right. So if we get down to the nitty gritty, and then we're looking at these upcoming matches. We have the Ravens versus FaZe, as we said. Seattle Gorillas. Let's start with the Royal Ravens against Atlanta FaZe. Who do you think is going to take the cake? Do you think that FaZe is going to continue to be the ultimate super cracked team that they are? And obviously they lost. They have lost. So what is it? What is it that they need to do to get back to pre?
You're talking about
Losing.
FaZe getting back?
Yeah.
I think. Well, it's actually.
Well, first, do you think they're gonna? Who's winning? And then tell me why.
I would just say phase, but I mean, anyone at any single given point in Call of Duty, especially in this game, can come out with a dark horse win. So,
Yeah.
but my 60% prediction is going to go just to phase. But even then, we don't know because Salium, they did a role switch. Major Maniac used to be the main ER. Now Salium is the main ER. So now we're going to see a completely team dynamic. How Major Maniac is now going to play way more aggressive than
Was
what
that
he usually
like
did.
over the past week, or when did they make that switch?
I think it's been in the past week and a half. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they did a role switch, and we just gotta watch to see what happens.
As a pro player, let me ask you this, and I know that you competed too, but obviously everybody knows across all esports that LAN is different than online. Do you think that mentally these players aren't taking these tournaments as serious? The second that somebody won, everybody got online, started bitching and moaning on whether or not it was or wasn't a tournament. If it was a tournament, then we got to do all the UMGs that they were actual tournaments that were online. This and that. What do you think?
You always have to just make sure you have LAN at a higher pedestal compared to online always. So I think just with this game, with kind of being laggy sometimes, and the results not being too consistent, and you know how I said, especially online, this game anybody can win at any single given point. Like there's been, even with our team or other teams, there's been times where the scrim count, you would be like, okay, this team should automatically win all the maps, but they'll lose like 2-7 scrim map count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the more dominant team. It's just who's ever just playing that good on that given day and just executing. Because most of the time, this game in Hardpoint comes down to like a 30-40 like point swing, not like 100-point clubs. We don't see that many like dominant performances in Hardpoint. So when it comes down to the game online and you know these tournaments, some pro players and a lot of people, especially the fans, are not going to like take it as seriously because you're going to be playing in front of that crowd, especially on your LAN. You're fighting like the oldest stage lights and all that stuff. Like you know how it is. Like, even you guys all been to events.
Yeah.
It's because the joke is playing from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
You know? Candle player.
It's a different vibe, but at
It
this point,
is.
it's like
It is.
you have to adapt.
You do.
If it's the rest of the season, those matches are real.
No,
That's
they
where
do.
they're getting the points,
The
and they're going
points-
to make real money. Like,
Yeah,
you better
'cause,
start taking it seriously.
Yes, but when it comes down to like you said, people are not taking it seriously. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but some people aren't, even though they should. My teams last year, I always made sure that we tried to not complain as much as we can because sometimes things are going to be out of your control, and just like
As
with
they are in
Corona,
this case.
they're going to be out of your control, and the best way to do it is, especially when
How
you're
much
practicing
money's on the
online,
line, like for the rest of the season?
like $2 million, I think.
And how is that? How is that not something that you take serious, whether
Right.
it's online or not online? If it was Scrabble, you better believe that I'm gonna go with Zoo.
Back in my day, we played for weeks. PCL2, Pro Circuit Ladder. I won $75 for third place.
Serious, and now you're
We
playing
were-
for $2 million.
we were
If that-
grinding
Big
for
T,
that
if,
money.
if you were their age, if you were like in your 20s, if you were 2021, and you were in the same position that you were back then, how serious would you take an online tournament?
I'd play all day, every day.
Yeah.
That's all I would do. I would upgrade to the highest internet. Or actually, no. I would probably move back to Arkansas, and I would. Is this a family-friendly show?
No.
I would host fuck everyone, and I would have my 3-bar connection, 0.1 upload, and I'd win every game. I'd drop like 50 kills every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Get
Jesus,
that cash.
My guy.
Look, so do you consider them actual championships?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I'm the king of online championships, bro. I got 13. I think 10 of them were online. That's all we got. Yeah, you gotta play with what you
What do you
got.
Yes or no? And it's okay to say no.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
I don't-
say no.
Yeah, I don't classify them as championships, but I do classify them as like, okay, like you actually brought it, because all these teams are trying, even though there may be unfortunate like circumstances like lag or server issues or whatever.
Yeah.
But even like Floor That's Won, like, they did beat our team, on LAN as well, and they got second at an actual LAN tournament. So if you're wearing like their LAN results to online, it's not that different. I mean, second, first. I mean, yeah, you're winning a tournament because they beat Minnesota in finals. But I would put them like just like a little echelon tier below.
Yeah, of course.
It's just like another 2K. Just what it is.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say the same thing. I say yes because it's serious and there's money involved.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do understand the difference between that and that. All right, moving on. And we'll just go through these really quickly. Seattle versus Gorillas.
That's the wild card series. Seattle was playing good against us in scrims, and then You never know what you're going to expect
I'm going to go
against
with
Gorillas.
Damon Barlow, okay? Who
Going
are you going
Seattle?
with?
Admittedly, I haven't paid as much attention over the last month or so. How are they in search?
Seattle.
Still haven't improved?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
You got
Well,
Octane on that team, though.
for that reason alone, I mean, yeah. I've talked about this ad
I'm
nauseum.
sorry. I got to go with Gorillas because if it goes Game 5, I mean.
I was about to say the same thing. That
So
roster
that's
is
a
just
Game
so
5
stacked.
series right there, and I probably have more faith in Gorillas S&D.
All right, who did you have? Seattle or Gorillas, did you say?
I'm going to go with the Gorillas, unfortunately. I know the Seattle team is stacked on the roster, but until they pick it up in search, I'm gonna go with the Gorillas.
I am going to go with who I said, Seattle, with Barlow and Octane. Dallas and Ogla.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Same here. And last but not least, the quinceañera, the maid of honor, the creme de la creme, our match, Huntsmen versus Subliners. Obviously, we're super biased here. We're obviously going to cheer for our team. But in this particular case, I think that we have a very strong case to make, right, with the team that we currently have.
I think the Huntsmen are in trouble.
Do you?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, listen, you've been in the scrims, right?
Yeah.
When people are saying that the Huntsmen are in trouble, like sometimes there's nothing wrong with believing something like that. There's nothing wrong with knowing that you have to improve in some areas. We obviously lost the last 2 events that we went to. You've been in the scrim room. How has it been in the lobby set?
Yeah, for the scrims that I watch, it's kind of like Alex said. I mean, we all know these guys can shoot their guns very straight. They can bail out 2 pieces and win off their talent. But this game right now is not based off talent right now. It's all based on teamwork, 5v5, fast pace. Make sure you're always making the high percentage plays. And that's what we're kind of struggling right now is make sure we're playing our lives. But when we play against New York, we just have to make sure that we're playing the smartest COD. Like, who cares about individual? Get through it as a team.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone's on the same page. No one's this or that, like better or whatever. Like, make sure.
You think
the goal,
egos are
It's not so much as egos. It's just I don't know. It's just don't play individual. Just make sure you're part of the team.
You're selfless.
Yeah, selfless.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to Scumpy and see what his thoughts are in what the keys to the victory or the points that they need to do and improvements that they need to make in order to win this match.
The key to victory for us this weekend, honestly, I personally think that the best chance that we're going to have at winning is to play selflessly, play for the team, fill in the gaps, and, pretty much just create opportunities for everybody to pitch in and do their part.
So there you have it. I mean, he said the exact same things that you were saying, right? Like, said, play selfless, make sure that everything you guys are doing as a team is for the team and not for individual glory. Not that, and they don't strike me as the type that would do that, but I know that there has been a little ripple here and there in the way that they're communicating with each other. Somebody says one thing a certain way, and obviously that gets annoying. I mean, it has to get annoying to people. That's why I'm not a pro player, right? Not because of my gun skill, is because I'm not gonna let somebody, fucking yell at me.
I believe it. You don't got to convince me. I know. I believe it.
All right. Well, we're about to head into the actual broadcast. The CDL is about to start. Ravens versus FaZe. Go tune in at the CDL channel. That is, and I got to tell you something, right? Before we go over there. Okay, we're doing this out of the kindness of our hearts. We want to make sure that we did our best to promote the league as we should, and that's what we're doing right now. The league doesn't know that we're making this thing. Our sponsors don't know that we're doing this thing. We just did it because we wanted to goddamn do it, and guess what?
Get some hype in the chat.
Let's get some hype in the chat. Make sure you go, okay? And when you enter that stream, ask them what time the Huntsmen are playing.